Hi Rebecca, how are you? Daphne here. Well done working so hard. You are doing amazingly well. Really, really impressed with your commitment, how much work you're putting in. Really good. Fantastic stuff. Okay, so task one. I'm a little bit worried about the task one, okay? Your task two is so confident and you are writing amazing things. You're totally getting really, really good. The task one, I think you need to have a little bit of maybe give yourself some time just to really have a look at this. I'm going to send you a link to look at. What you have done is fine, but it will not get you a band 7 because what you're doing is telling me what you can see. Okay, but what you're not doing is comparing any information. You know where it says compare and contrast where possible or something like that in the question, yeah? So you're telling me things, but you're not really comparing it. And you need to do the comparisons to get the good marks because that is how um, the uh, that's how the examiner can see your good grammar and your good vocabulary. Okay, so have a look at the link and practice writing some sentences. Look at some on the link I'm going to give you and on the website. There's lots and lots of task ones and some model answers. So maybe take a bit of time to have a look at that. The pie chart illustrates 7 favorite school subjects in Germany in 2018. Now, it's not, watch out, it's 2017 actually. It's 2017 on my picture. It could be you have a different picture, but if you have this picture, it's 2017. So just check that. That could be I've put in the wrong picture. Overall, as is seen, not seem, as is as it seems. Okay. Seems is suggesting like it might not be true, but this is true because you can see it. So I would say as is seen, using the verb see, from the illustration, physical education was the most popular subject. Now, in English, just like you did up here, you need to have capital letters here. So physical education was the most popular subject among students, in contrast with IT, which, or I gave that, but you should have which really was the least preferred. Okay, so there you've made a nice contrast between the two bits of information, and you've got your superlatives in there. So the most popular, this is great. I'm going to show you the good things. In contrast with, lovely, the least preferred. Well done. Okay, so that is all fantastic. As given in the pie chart, 22.9. Full stop, like that. We do it like that. 0.9% of students prefer physical education as their favourite subject. Okay, while history was the second most popular. Rather than repeating this, because it does get very repetitive, which is the tricky thing, ahead of history, which was ranked in second place. Okay, so let me just read this to you. As given in the pie chart, 22.9% of students prefer physical education as their favourite subject. Then you come in here ahead of history, which was ranked in second place. Okay, you don't need to give me the percentages for everything. It doesn't. I really don't need all of them. What I do need is just to get a picture of it. Imagine I was just drawing it without you being there. Okay, so that's okay what you've done, but this is showing more language for the examiner. Okay, the third most popular subject, famous, not famous, most popular subject in the school was mathematics, whereas physics was in fourth position with 18.1, which was approximately 2% less than maths. Now that is good, okay? That is what we want. So you got most popular again, but you could have enjoyed or change it round and say X% of students enjoyed maths. So don't always have this as a subject. Sometimes have the students as the subject, just to mix it up. Do you see what I mean? This is nice, whereas, good, we like the contrasting connecting words there, which was approximately 2% less than maths. Now this is what we want. Okay, this is great. So you're comparing the numbers, and that's what you need to do, as much of this as you possibly can. Okay, biology was preferred, so come change it round. So 7% of students stated biology as a favourite subject, um, just ahead of, or 1% more than geography. So we're comparing it more than geography, while their least preferred subject was IT with only 3%, at only 3.7%. This, and then you can carry on here. This number, so the 3 point whatever 7, is or was, sorry, approximately 4 times less than maths, or where are we? 4 times less than history, and 6 times less than something else. So you need to just compare the information to each other, and you must get up to your 150 words. Yeah, you will lose marks if you are not on 150 words. Okay, so just I know this has less marks than task 2, but don't lose marks. You're good. Yeah, don't lose marks. Maybe just try that one again. Look at the like the tape, the information I'm going to give you, the email, and then try that one again, just to give you the confidence. Okay. So, task 2. Due to globalization, yes, I like that. The importance of online translation applications has grown. Grown, you want the verb, significantly over the past 10 years. Either in the past 10 years or over the past 10 years. But great sentence. Really, really nice intro. People nowadays use such apps to learn and translate a foreign language, and I consider that this development can, I don't know if it's typo or spelling, just be careful, bring more advantages than negative results. This essay will discuss both sides using examples from Apple Store and University of Texas. Fantastic. Woo! Great intro. Okay. Here just grown, maybe just, that's a typo, present perfect anyway. Despite the drawbacks below, yeah, I wouldn't put that because I haven't seen that yet if I'm the examiner. So I would say despite some drawbacks. So I would get rid of that. Get rid of that. Despite some drawbacks, there's ample evidence that the development of careful, you've had development there, don't repeat it here. So think to yourself, how else could we say that? And I'm going to say the trend towards dependence on. Okay, so write down some of these expressions that you can use, because all I'm doing is like synonyms, paraphrasing. It's kind of quite useful stuff, hopefully. The trend towards dependence on online mobile applications has benefited people's social lives and careers. The reason behind this is that thousands of people people, relative clause, you need who, so check out relative clauses if you're not super happy on that, who immigrate to different countries need to learn a second language, and such apps are extremely helpful because they provide instant and accurate translation for any language, for all languages. Okay, wow, super good. Okay, you've made a nice topic sentence. You're developing it really well, and you're connecting it together with your relative clause and your because. Well done. So that's a nice complex sentence that will score you well on the grammar and on the cohesion because you're developing your essay so nicely. For instance, Apple Store has introduced free or paid apps such as Grammarly or Dictionary, which translate one language to another instantly. Good. Therefore, comma, instantly, instantly, maybe, and efficient. Something like that. I'm just wondering if we just add a little bit more. Instantly and efficiently. Therefore, it's very clear that voice-to-voice translation apps enable communication between thousands of people with no previous knowledge. No previous, or the other word you could use is prior. It means the same thing. Knowledge of a foreign language, of that, maybe, of that foreign language. Okay, well done. Super, super paragraph. You've developed that well. You're on point with the question. Really good. Admittedly, I like that. There are some negatives involved in these app translators, which cannot be overstated. Yeah. Now, overstated, you can have that I don't really like that terribly because I think it can be a bit confusing. Cannot be ignored. So maybe have ignored or overstated. Cannot be overstated or ignored. That would be good. Then we've got two nice verbs in there. This is largely because translation applications such as Duolingo and Ginger have replaced bilingual language instructors, which leads to many teachers becoming unemployed. Okay, which leads to many teachers becoming unemployed. Okay, I hope not. I mean, yes, you're right. There's absolutely a risk, but hopefully, there's a lot that you can learn from a real person, especially native speakers. For example, a recent empirical study by the University of Texas showed that there was a significant reduction in demand for bilingual tutors because, comma, if you're going to have firstly there, you need to comma it off because firstly, these apps cost less than tuition, and secondly, they are programmed to be interactive and to be okay. If you need to have an interactive and a fun way, you wouldn't need that. So if that is your subject, or your noun, I mean, an interactive and fun way of learning, those are both your adjectives. So okay, they go all works together of learning. Therefore, despite the undoubtedly undoubtedly is an adverb, undoubted is an adjective. Benefits of learning face to face, yeah, let's come on, such as the opportunity to understand paralinguistic or paralinguistic, come on, paralinguistic nuance. Okay, yeah, this is ridiculous. You don't need to have this, but I'm just kind of because I'm a teacher, so I have to put this in to defend myself. Okay. Despite the undoubted benefits of learning face to face, such as the opportunity to understand paralinguistic nuance. Okay, paralinguistics, you probably know, is all the movements. So I'm talking to you and I'm waving my hands around because I do that a lot anyway. So I'm kind of, yeah, you can see what I'm doing. And that's really important. Obviously, an app can't do that. Native teachers, translators, interpreters need to work harder to maintain their profession. Okay, absolutely right. To conclude, from the arguments and examples given, I firmly believe that the innovation of instant, fast, affordable, accurate translation using technology, and you don't need the, will continue to grow in the future and enable, just give me a little bit more here, enable both tourists and businessmen alike to communicate more easily. I know we haven't really talked about tourists and businessmen yet, so I'm just putting that in just a little bit at the end. But just boost your conclusion, just give that a little bit more kind of oomph. But wow, really, really good work on that task 2. It's super, super good. And just do me a little bit of extra homework on the task 1, just so you feel confident on that one, okay? But great work, really, really well done.